So where did your granddad teach people how to drive?
Off-road, dog.
Off-road. Oh, Katazi, off-road.
There's off-road license.
Which one is this one?
They built the roads while, like, they
He was
built the roads
teaching.
when I was a child.
Not wild.
Wild. Guys, best and the president can't be, well, they, okay. Guys, President Castrata, guys.
But yeah, what I'm trying to say is like, if you don't do it when no one is watching, just leave it, man.
Hey, I'll party, not nanda.
Sorry in advance. No money is a sunbed. Yes, go to Angu in me.
That is a clean message.
Robopops, I'll be my cheese girl and my cheese boy there. We motivate, then we laugh as well. Stay on brand, never hard to sell. Got real chats, now my LOL. So we both got gang and we blessed as hell. Siyadlala story, plating on my guest, and nice and more. You want my bundles, not of choice. Said it's pops and robot boys.
Popcorn and cheese.
Yeah?
Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese.
Which one is this one?
Popcorn and cheese. Call you boy like friends like these. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Call you boy like friends like these.
E, I, O, U, buffalo, soldier, comrades, core, people, service, delivery, shwa. Da.
George! Nyarasa.
My fellow South Africans, Chishume. My fellow South Africans, the impact of the corona.
Mr. Rams, before you go, can you add a bit more vernac? The people love that.
Oh. My fellow South Africans, nda. My fellow South Africans, hello, nda, sanbonan, dumela. Jovicho.
Thank you, Maporisa.
You know,
I was saying, Pitori, ever since retirement.
Security.
you know when you were a former Nkabi and now you're a rapper.
How's my mic? Spew and Donna in Johnny Mike. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, as Liboni, Rick Ross was here to start the show. Now it's time for us to focus. Take your eyes off the njebe that was garmered with an afro comb and focus on us who've been growing all this facial hair for 36 years.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we interrupt this podcast for a state of the nation.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cheese boys, cheese girls, the cheese gang. My fellow South Africans, the president is here. Yeah. Presidente ya Sitrata, Maradona, jersey number 10. Before we bring him on, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce my co-host, a man who is no stranger to electricity, more fire, and of course, dance moves. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from over there, please put your digital hands together. Welcome onto our podcast, the one and only Robot Boy. And back there in the shadows, size 28 waist, Liandapenia XS. Please put your digital hands together. Help me welcome onto the stage a man who uses one bottle of roll-on for 2 months. Titi, Shumeric, the Barbarian.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cheese Gang, you already know the one who drives the ship, who is the leader of
Which one is this one?
President of the Yellow Bones, Lee Haircut Yaga Lundi, Mr. Mpopops Morikwane.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, none of this would be possible without the studios we're in right here in Centurion, which is next to the home of our guest right here in Pretoria. Beyond the eyes. Because sometimes you can only see so far. But when you come and you take your production to a level that you want to see beyond the eyes, this is the place to be. And of course, we sit comfortably. And why is that, Robot?
The reason why we sit comfortably is because we have an outstanding guest. But before we stand, we need to sit in comfort and luxurious luxury. 2050 Event Suppliers. We supply the furniture.
All right. Now that the bills are being paid, it's time to open a new tab with our guest here today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cheese boys, cheese girls, cheese gang. Help us welcome to Popcorn and Cheese, the one and only
Which one is
Focalistic!
Yes. President Estrada with the camouflage pants.
Yeah.
So do you want to be seen or you don't want to be seen?
Anyway, either way. As long as it's mostrade.
As long as it's
Understand? Dog, welcome to Popcorn and Cheese, dog. Yo, we've been dying to have
So the popcorn is real.
The popcorn is
come
real.
on.
Dudes,
It's not a
Antoine.
prop.
Dudes.
No.
We're online.
Yes.
Whoa.
What flavor?
No, it's a new flavor we're working on. It's a Mohodu flavor
Aromat.
popcorn.
It tastes the aromat. Sure, aromat today.
Dog, I can't believe we have you here because when Joe, every time I open Instagram, you are in fate.
Overseas.
In fate.
How
It
many-
could be anywhere.
How many passports do you have?
No, man. I think right now, just there's a Maxi passport. So Maxi passport, the LID page, it's a maybe.
Which one is this one?
That's another level, eh?
Mar visa pe no it's visa pe visa baby. It's not like was stamp every time.
Yeah, no, Lena Leona, but
Lucky let's see it.
normal passport.
Yeah, with a visa, only visa.
Schengen.
Yes, Shanghai visa.
Which one is this one?
Oh, wow.
You walked into there, I could tell. Schengen. It wasn't fair. But yeah.
Oh, you're explaining that the visa fills one page, like completely.
Yeah, so it's one page and
obviously
then sharp and
the
then
more
maybe the
visas.
stamp, sure.
Yeah.
But the stamp, so you have to put the stamps there. You have to tell them, man.
Space here.
Because it just means you're coming back home.
Hectic. What's the longest visa like you have?
The longest visa is my American visa.
Aish. American. American.
You've got that on
Titi na Leon.
Yeah.
How many years?
10 years.
Aish.
Yeah.
I'll give visitors. Or the picture, fella.
Oh, man, dog.
Funny.
You all over the world performing, dog. Like, you're killing it out there.
Thank you.
You know, like we're super fans here. We're super fans. And we're proud to be sitting here with you, dog, because we know how busy you are. Now, I just want to know, like, when you're out there, you know what I mean? And I'm asking on my behalf, on Robot's behalf, performing at home is easy, right? Because people know your rhythm. The moment the audience goes, "Hweta." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You already know it.
Okay, I get that man.
But when you get overseas, how does it work? It's almost like you have to teach them.
I like that more, to be quite honest, from a performer's perspective, because I actually enjoy performing. So it's better to teach people, like, to see them and at the end of the show, all their hands were up, they were jumping, they're sweating. It's a different feeling, you know. I like teaching, but obviously I love being home, you know. People, you know, the love that people show is always too much. But I don't know if you like one time, like vibe. Your whole life you're moving knowing or vibe. I had a good time. It's a different experience, man. I've seen people that I would have never expected, you know, at the end of the show, or as I expected coming from you. And I think that's another thing I'll give credit to Pitori for. Because go Pitori, Joe, performer, whether we know you or not, you have to be dope, you know, you have to be a good performer. So you kind of fall in love with the art of performing. It's its own thing, Joe. Performing art is its own thing. For sure, I learn as a comedian, you know, there's some crowds, but not here, I feel like, you know, and it's like, I love you guys as well, but I like the crowds that are listening as well, you know, the ones who are actually watching.
Yeah, you see, you know me, you.
Yeah,
Which show was this?
Every show I go to, people just laugh. You know, like, I can see people working, Marawate.
Let me tell you a crazy story. And I tried to hold it in. I was like, it's king.
So, you know what it is, dog? It's being, you know, when you come in on stage, Momochai, people expect you to be dope because they know you're dope, right? But overseas, you walk onto stage, there might be like 50 people or 100 people who know you. But there's another 900 who are like, who's this guy? So it's that feeling of like, it's not being underestimated. It's just people don't know you, so they get pleasantly surprised.
You get
when
to leave
you
an impression.
Don't. Yes.
Yeah.
So one time took it like that means we're related. That it is being underestimated to some extent, you know, because you can see some people and then
they look at you like Chima.
Yeah, like a focus on my way. Pause and a sign. Groove. So that feeling for me,
So you know, it's exactly the same in comedy. It's in comedy. I remember when I was starting up, I'd get to like Parker's Comedy Club. Joe, sometimes Nignalufi like a risky pass red, bogate black. Can't the waiters at Parker's dress like that. So while you're standing there waiting to go and linger, I'm like, hey, excuse me, do you mind getting me a double?
Marque, maybe get a haircut.
Yeah, well, Pomsa's haircut is giving two orange juices.
You've had this haircut a long time, man. Even when from my way, it's the same guy.
Guys, it's consistency. This episode, we're talking about consistency. And
consistency is key, dog.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why Focus here to teach us about consistency in the game.
We're focused on that hairstyle.
We're focused.
He's super focused on it.
Robot,
Yo. Hey, Murila Robot.
Next day, so you...
No, we did it for this episode.
Yeah, to show us the truth.
What's going on? Will you
5
join
seconds. What?
Focaratseba.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Kidi Conros say for we know.
And no, the Chocomel, the Conros, at least a hairline. Sheba Stevie Wonder.
No
one on his team has told him about Stevie.
That guy has a ponytail for a hairline.
Guys, how people overseas catching strays, guys? Multiply. Subtitle Untwembu.
I didn't see that one coming.
Which one?
It was beyond the eyes.
Yo. Oh, no.
Lona le dipari, Lona. King.
I know. It's a presidential joke. That's why.
Yo, I top Jets. Bro.
Why do they call you Maradona? Udlala ball.
Yeah.
Ke ano ke tla ka banyana ke tla ka mafu ke tla ka letse different
Banyana. Banyana.
Where's Alang? Where's Alang?
I get.
You used to play soccer though, no?
Yeah, I was actually very serious. Yo nige rata polo jo. Just net way to erkele botseng neta sanka e bolela like in an interview I get ready ball. Mara botseng nete ne.
Height.
Never Jacobo linesman. He was the size of the
linesman.
He was the size of the corner flag. Maritsati corner.
Man. Ropo ka harabe king. Dito mtsena hading chaka.
Ne nige la pisa kushiana. Ala pisa. Ashano tiviste ball one. Like mona to lebella ne.
Yeah.
Cause wait to bella lebelle to relax you at home. Washiana taman. 90 minutes papa. Tiviste ntongwe kana. Santo kore, we celebrate after next. So gabon or next. You guys corner.
Hey, I didn't know Shiana.
And Oceana during the week, I wanna come
By the time it's game day, no to shoot, vamos.
Wait, I was those players that fetch it like their homes, like none of them let go high.
Knowledge abubuli.
Grand job.
So no list. Because they can't just fetch you.
No, they fetch you at home because but they bokasiti.
Yeah, but star, sure.
Yeah, but you have to be very good for them to fetch you. Because sometimes there's some players like he's not here at least.
It's fine.
But that's why he nicknamed himself Maradona.
He was singing for Malaika.
Donald did not tell us swallows.
Donald,
Donald!
Swallows.
He was sitting on this chair and was giving us a story.
I thought it's because of the red mic.
No, he got a red card and then...
And you took it to heart.
Donald and Primo.
Primo Nadala swallows. Yeah, but Primo I know. Primo I know Nadala, yeah. Because Primo actually we used to practice with him just before I quit. Hodala ball. That's a crazy story, isn't it?
How did you quit, dog? Were you like, nangas chronoshia?
I was at Jomola next shy. Next time I was in it. I just started recording. Abo. I wanna move like a hustle and flow. Yeah. Took a hike on my goalie one. Gonna go practice. I quit that way. Zanga one born after more.
Bob when the fellow look stage.
Yeah, can't do that.
At what point of your recording did you realize, I don't need that guy anymore?
Yeah, when did you realize?
Let me tell you something about artists, ne?
Yeah.
We think we're dope before you ever hear it. But the first song, I'm already out. Like, stand up. I'm going. Yeah, when you're alone, you know. So I just knew I like it, man. I like speaking. I like being able to change people's emotions. A crazy thing that actually the day that I decided I'm gonna take music seriously, my sister, she's like one of my biggest like supporters right now. Yeah. I played her a song, the first song, ne? Baby, that's my Supra, because no good Lil Wayne.
That's my super, the super of the shoe.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, HipHop. Let me dust off my super. Then she set me down. She said, this thing sucks. And I said, Angu. So that anger, because she said I suck, I was like, I'm going hard. Yeah. But she never like said that again. And I just, that thing that she said that day, when I dust my super, when I pay gila, and I gave her to toilet. Or when I the phone. The only reason I...
Nigga just said it like it's nothing.
and you are the height of the phone. Like,
the pickpockets are
there's no tall pickpocket, imagine.
So they'd put our phone in lockers. So I'd go back and steal my phone.
Hey.
So that I can play my...
Okay. Hey, I'm bored.
And I can see I got to make it. Listen,
to find my iPhone.
What phones? Both
back then, Motorola, so.
Yeah. Wait, Sony. Not 3310 Express Music, right? No, get Express Music, red and black.
Play buttons on the...
Yeah, no, like Guitar Hero there.
Yeah. You come from my era.
God VLC, I'm a phone.
Yeah.
Way better, Barse phone, got speaker, no, beats the speaker, that's an audio. What's a speaker, sell Express Music.
But let's talk about those speakers. E250, I'm equalize.
What? Well, yeah, E250 Express Music.
Come on. If you know, you know.
Yeah. And the secret code.
bro.
The cheat code.
Yeah.
It was VLC back then. It was VLC. Just VLC.
Pure secret code.
Nele mo phone, no way. Download that.
Secret code too.
On that King Samsung. Then you can just put a code and then you go inside the manufacturer's code.
What?
And then you can increase stuff. Like if they said volume can only go to 21 or 25. It messes up the phone, but you could do that.
Oh, let's go.
One Samsung in the whole village.
Hey, never
Yeah,
preach any phone.
but in a smart way, you know.
You guys had smartphones before.
No, we made them smart. Those phones. We're not in class, ne?
Yeah, we do it.
I know your schoolmates.
1 year.
You were
It's
dating 1 year.
that, yeah, it's rating. Ergo nito. So salavam beta. Why did that never betam? Never to bully. So demand I'm bully and then before I'm bully and I tell us like, yo, where I come from, bro? Like you don't want to do this thing because if I call, what are the quantum we? And then I'm gonna have to leave the school, but you guys feel monad. Demand and maybe 2 months. Then there's a man that told me, I'm for 5 rand. Wait, did you list to big today? I'm for 5 rand. I go shopping, go maragala the noodles. Low shit. Grocery,
Got 5 rand.
and I'm in grade 8. So I'm like, hey, this guy must be really sick. So I went ka 5 rand to Kababuta Kabaika Bemo. Like, hey,
Onyaka.
yeah, Onyaka.
So.
Jokili grade 8. When I got there, this lady shocked. Like, I got 5 rand. Who say it's obvious. When I get back, the Bruce said I can't sleep in my dorm room. So now it's time to make the call. A phone. Hot lady quantum trading. So that's why I say CFY motivate. CFY Haramba Town. So that was my uncle's taxis. Hot lady taxi was my 15 papa.
Yeah.
So from more like a king as a class. When I get Nalama metriki, top floor and so when I ring, epi. Baba eating bait, but epi. But it's a maligning and then I get like a chest.
I go, Vele Yizo.
Son of Papa. What was
So that's why I had to leave. I
Mm.
then I beat a chipmunk.
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 Is it the voice or what?
Was it the gangster? What was the name?
Now I got to eat. Pretty nice. I'm still angry. You know when you're angry at a place. Chipmunk, la bully. Hey, wait, hey. Okay.
No, dog. The thing is, I could see that you're still angry, né? But when you said it, like, yo, that's crazy, bro. But what is your biggest highlight of school?
Yeah. So, because
Even then, they used to make me freestyle at Settlers. Like a lot of people would like Kalanchi, Dina, Navarator freestyle. Navaran on a line of WHP. I knew that verse. So Negito about our internet.
oh, you. You know why I do that?
That's crazy.
Because Nagos Kela, but Jita never said Zibikadi mix. So Nigit like a mix, I can't.
I can't.
And
That's crazy. And back then, people just used to believe everything.
This is fire. Who's loudest?
And the radio ads, you didn't take them out.
Oh.
I got 5.
Radio.
During the mix, there were
Which
radio
one is this
ads.
one? The radio ads play on radio.
On
He had
radio.
the mix on himself.
Oh.
Are we really going to?
Oh. No, but I'm
Because it was
saying
house.
the one you would have taken it off radio.
No.
Which one is this one?
I always thought I thought you planned this thing.
No, wait, in the flesh, though. During get the exposure, hey, they can punch the mix second, and then the radio ads. No, now what is shy? Town talk, discount furnitures.
Dog, I'm glad you mentioned that. You thought he was like he planned the stuff. Now that you know that it's real, dog. Where do you get the time to watch the podcast, bro?
You're everywhere, bro. Like you make time for things you like. I think watching podcasts for me is therapeutic because, like, you can't always think you know everything, right? So podcasts tell you about people's backgrounds, their stories, and you find, like, for example, I would have never believed Durtiti, like, Hadibi, like, until that moment.
So one moment confirmed it for you. One moment.
Which one is this one?
So no Jabon or no man.
10 episodes
Deja vu.
deep.
Deja vu. I bet that felt like deja vu, man.
Okay,
Danger
strike one.
Danger foods.
Okay, let's give him 3 strikes.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp.
That's
Get
strike
one.
one.
That's strike
Yeah,
one.
get the bala. And nagel bala.
No, because no man.
What? 2.
What did Georgia?
Dog, we need a like secret cam on
We do.
so people can understand.
I think someone in the comments said he must come wave like every now and then or just show face.
No, but I was gonna say now that you those people that you are angry at, trust me, they talk because those are the people that told me. You know, if someone says, I didn't even know you went to Settlers for 1 year. I thought you went like your whole high school career. So they know that you went there because they're still saying today, like it's about Foka.
Dog, I was so angry I forgot like that whole thing. You know, when you're so angry, like I forgot. Look, it's in a Settlers.
But dog, you know, you were mentioning something now about the fact that you learn something new whenever you watch podcasts and stuff. So for me, I want to know, because you just mentioned now, that's where you started like freestyling or scale or whatnot. When did this hip-hop thing start out and what was your vision for hip-hop back then versus what it turned out to be now?
Hip-hop for me started like my first ever CD. I won like CD Angu and I got Chaleta. And like my dad, rest in peace, was like a big music lover. Like Chile no gisanal di CD di mena di tlatari di tab one try go hide.
Yeah.
And so narato betas go vele like music. And then I'm betela I got nearly DMX. You know? So hanta betate, you know, Mama Zala wala. Hey, wait, I remember my mom showing him her 18. But for him, it was just music, right? And then I grew older, and then I think Nigele grade. Oh yeah, grade 5. So that's why I started dropping a Nigele buff. So I got the gold, which means I was number 1 in my grade. So I needed to choose a gift. Then I went to music. But I was music.
Music. Yeah, they don't know it exists. Spiwe.
Both Spiwe. Now
your videographer.
Music.
I was YouTube.
Banana festival.
Music. What color was the musical logo?
Okay, sure, I eat you.
Black.
Black.
I mean, that's the color of this guy's shirt.
That's Sims 80 music. I give it 2000.
Yeah, I give it 2000. But ba khutsing bana le Wi-Fi wa bona.
Yeah, one. DSTV. You know that game.
The biggest struggle is mental health.
Which one is this one?
3. No, now you have to come apologize. I gotta reset 3. Actually, I have 3. You have to say sorry, guys. Sorry. But yeah, music. And then I bought TI. You know TI vs TIP?
TIP.
Oh, yeah.
Then I got TI vs TIP. I listened to it top to bottom.
From back. Is it the one that had that song?
Do it.
Yeah.
So obvious no guys see Joe. We do more Java or Fisa. So it's like fano half hour. Never rapper. And then I kept playing it. And then I got into Lil Wayne.
Standard.
Then after Lil Wayne, obviously you're a kid, so Lil Wayne's dad passed away. Then my dad passed away. I was like, I even relate to Lil Wayne, you know? So it started becoming, that's how your brain works.
You related more.
Yeah. So I was like, I need to make music my diary and speak about like what's actually happening in my life. And like a crazy thing is me and my dad was a journalist, right? A political journalist. So I was like, I want to be a journalist, but I don't want to be political like I wanna be.
Tell stories through your
Strata,
music.
you know. So it's just crazy how it panned out. That obviously, I go Amapiano. And what actually turned me off about hip hop was how
That's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, because you're the president now.
Yeah, literally. You're carrying on your dad's legacy
100%.
in a new age way.
100%.
Yeah, carry on, my dog.
Yeah, Marfonage. It just that's what turned me off from hip hop, you know. I just always wanted to tell my story. And I felt like at the time, hip hop like not hip hop as in Batu or the community. No, not even the culture, dog. I'm still in the culture. What do you mean?
I mean, like the hip hop culture at the time wasn't opening
the Sonics. So sonically, I feel like I can't sound like who I actually am on hip hop. Well, at the time, you see, now I figured out a way to do it.
Oh, it's like the starter pack, man. The hip hop starter pack. You have to look like this, sound like this.
Yeah, but my
like
hip hop back except for Pro Kid, so I never liked that, you know.
You wanted to tell your true story, not cap.
Yeah,
basically.
I don't have to cap. Like I don't have to lie. Like
I relate to everything you're saying. I understand what you're saying because it felt like the early hip hop guys were sort of taking a map of what hip hop was overseas and trying to redo it here.
Yeah.
You know, and even it's like my gripe with reality shows today. You watch a reality show, you go, I know this person, they don't drive that car.
Yes.
I know this person, they don't live at that house.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's social media and what also happened.
But that's what hip hop was doing early on, right?
Nah.
Whereas now it's you guys, especially in the piano community, it's not about bragging. It's not about I have this and I do that. It's about relatability. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Being true.
You know what I mean? It's like, and it's relatable stuff. You know what I mean? They could have said Jaku.
Yeah, they could have said Jacuzzi. Hip hop was probably going to say Jacuzzi.
You know what?
How about
There's no need to lie. You know what I mean? But I hear you. It's a relatability thing and a sound thing. Because
also the Sonics, I feel like for me, before even Amapiano, if you listen to like the other music I made, Negaratam Zongongo, big shout out to Makwa, you know, I'd always be at the studio. I always liked something that felt like me. You know, and people always say like, I gotta know half. Because I always knew that it could take over the world because of how authentic it was. You know, I listened to a lot of music and dog, South Africa might just be the best place for music.
Hands down.
You know what I mean? Like hands down. Anywhere. But everywhere you travel, the music is pop. You know, but when you hear, you know, we have Angu, Zongongo, like the sounds are crazy. And then Snow Deep introduced me to Amapiano. Shout out to Snow Deep.
They never since.
Ever since.
It feels so like, you know? Mojava, you know? Yeah. Mojava, like really for me, Mojava was number one. Casablanca.
That's not Mojava.
That's not
Mojava.
We're singing Casablanca.
No.
Yeah,
Mojava
the
WhatsApp.
But that was his sound that he created. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, no, 100%. At the time, Mojava age. When I was Mojava, I say it's illegal. Commenting battle. Inchadi betile wona ke ne itile tsara ka letsogo mo go tsena ke wele na ke tawe ke dile ke botse e ba fwe lutlile ba re solo e fasile ga re tsube mo re no mo di bete mo mastswadi o tla re ga mpona ke leso
Shumari. That was a good regime.
Shut up.
Oh, you redeemed yourself. For the next.
-1.
Are we back in the cart?
You're two. You're two.
Oh,
you're
sorry.
two. You're two. Mine's a -1.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that was dope.
How old were you when that thing dropped?
I was in grade 7, grade 6, grade 7 there, yeah.
How do we still remember that? You see the impact. So that's why for me, I always believed in like Pitori and Kasi, music Kasi, because what the hell? How do we still remember that?
Do you know, I think you might be right. South Africa might be the best place to do art because it's like everything in the same time. Like when you can grow up like that, I grew up like that, but we can relate way after this whole thing has happened. You've traveled the world, you know, Nakile Dalida.
Dalida guys. Dalida guy.
Obatseni.
guy.
I've been to a couple of countries, Belgium, America, Zambia, you know.
Nothing wrong with Zambia. Why is it
Zambia?
Zambia's so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been around, man. And I'm still gonna go around. So.
My dog.
Shapa.
Yeah, man, because all of us have like international accolades. And that's why I was asking folk in the beginning, how different is it performing overseas? You know, and he was saying, it's dope because you get to teach the audience something new. You know what I mean? You get to put them onto your vibe. Right? And one of the people who was actually the pioneers, it's funny you mentioned, when you heard the sound, you were like, we can go all over the world with this sound. Java was mad international. Mad international. You know?
To this day, I actually got like the privilege to meet Mojava, I think at 2019.
Yeah?
Crazy.
And like the stories he has to tell about being around the world, man.
What knowledge did he drop?
Just sound the you know, I'm eating Mojava. Sound the you know, popo. I ran at it. But just, you know, his stories of traveling back then, you know, and him saying he says he felt like, he always felt like he stuck out. You know, because everyone would come and rap, and then when he would obviously rap over those beats, he would win the crowd because and how does this, you know, melodically link so well? And for me, that's the confidence I've always taken, you know, to this day. I always say my confidence comes from the fact that, you know, I saw Mojava, I'm going to link stagate.
Yes.
They wanted 325 Mojava, and if it's a black, drop top, I just paddle. I'll never ever in my life get that.
You'll never get that image out of your head.
Yeah, I've seen Joe. Maybe Mike Tyson, that moment for me, it said, yo, it's possible though. 325, drop top, that's Gubu, and another one, Mashoban.
Yeah.
Just trata sakana di buacho. Mashoban kila I want a Mini Cooper. First time Mini Cooper di itlane.
Yeah.
I better convoy di Mini Cooper. Abea trailer le namara litsi mashoba. Tamana we convoy a trailer mo trailing abile a yacht. One the yacht. It's
Kokasi. Whoa, the yacht is him.
Yeah, I could convoy the Mini Cooper of the rec. Mama 6. People know the story. Mama 6. Jodia fit the Mini Cooper. Mama haring mashobane. Kiyate. Ka trailer. I'm amazing. There's a party there. On this yacht. He's wearing 2 Rolexes.
On the road.
Thank you. He's going street to street, strata to strata. What advertiser? Kasia guy. Tango.
No way.
Kasia, how about you related?
Never.
Abasoka babona jet ski.
There's no roads. I grew up, there was no roads.
So where did your granddad teach people how to drive?
Off-road, dog.
Off-road. Oh, Katazi. Off-road.
There's off-road license.
Which one is this one?
They built the roads while, like, they
He was
built the roads
teaching.
when I was a child.
Not wild.
Wild.
Sometimes we'd go to the mountains to drive fields, you know, where cars
Is that where you
can
taught
move.
this deep?
So you go see the jala diesel jamala khao klacha.
Literally, over stop.
So you can put right now with this tipi fella. Parallel parking.
I get it, the mountain.
Stop sign.
I've asked him, I've never in my life stalled.
When? Because with this tipi fella. So we to drive.
Amar plus little chakwita, simple. We shabagambons.
-1 at least. Got about lata tata.
Back to one.
So back to what?
Yeah, 1 at least.
Okay, back to what? Foca, your best moment of being overseas.
Crazy. I think I would say there's 2, ne?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, I'd say meeting, like, there's a guy I grew up with, and then Salati Mela. So Salati Mela, like, he was no longer in the hood.
Tabo best. I can never walk on my shwaban, so maybe Tabo. Maybe Tabo Lena na lukoka sing. Twana Tabo yan.
Hook me up, G4S.
Lady die.
Guys, best and the president can't be, well, they, okay. guys. President Castrata, guys. Always alarm. Guys.
Hey, Robert, you're not a good man, eh?
Hey, not a good woman. Yes, sir. Mutona nyamaletse hadi my
Yeah, you know. And it was nice linking up again. You know, childhood memories in London, and I was performing.
That's a flex.
And then part 2, I think, is the same night. You know, performing in front of 20,000 people, O2 Arena. It was crazy. You know, like what's so but like when you hop on. Like everything. Actually, because Portugal now, like this year, was crazy. Like I'm about to upload, you know, I do these mini vlogs, docu-series, just to kind of put people in it. I think people will understand. Like for me, that was like my best performance, especially being in Portugal and seeing people react like that, you know? Like
from Portugal were hectic.
It was crazy. We did like 45 minutes, you know? And we were meant to do 20. But like the way people just kept going, the energy was on another vibe, so...
And
those are my top 3.
When you go overseas, they don't say, you don't do South African shows. You do shows that are like the people from there come to check you out. Not like, like you go, like, you know, I went to Thailand and South Africans only. When you get there, you just say, ish. They're like, yes! You know, so like...
I think you show, not better show, like, let's say Rohana, Gastuana, for example, Kaiti family show. No one will understand what I just said. You know, so I guess that's the beauty of it, like seeing people kind of learning about the culture. But also the South African shows are as important as well, because don't forget, these are like people who...
experts, and they support.
Yeah. Never mind just supporting, you
but
know.
They also want to feel a bit of something of home.
Yeah, some people can't come back. And I think that's the major thing about what we're doing is we need to learn how to push the culture as a whole, you know, not focus on a certain market. I think people are trying to focus on a certain but that's not how you push culture. That's not how you make people buy into a country. You know, it's everything, bro. From the clothes, the food. You know, for example, if I'm in Washington and I hear Honale Mamru like I'm the first to go there, you know, because for me it's like if I support your business and you get, you know, 20 more people, 30 more, 50, however, you know, that come to this business, I'm winning as well, because if we can sell the culture as a whole, for example, like why is there no Bryce when we're around, you know, like all around the world? I want Bryce, I want Galaxy Boy embedded to be there, I want Mohodu, I want Pop, and that's where the Nigerians are smart in that, you know, the culture is holistic. You're finding Jollof wherever you go in the world. You're finding Nigerian regalia wherever you go in the world. And you're finding a community wherever you go. So I think for me...
Like how the Chinese penetrate.
100%.
Chinatown everywhere. Food everywhere.
So for me, that's a responsibility we have as artists. And it's crazy that you asked that, because you took me into another serious conversation that I wanted to... But yeah, the culture is holistic, Joe. So like, yes, music ufitli. What about Mohodu, bro? When you travel like a Mohodu, kamara bege.
Halfway. But listen, there's a smell. We think something died in the basement.
The first fly in the
checking it out. Just checking it out. Something died in the basement.
Kevin, do you stand by for landing?
Nah. But now I hear you completely.
Everything has to go. The comedians. You know, everything. Because at the end of the day, when I'm on that stage, I don't feel like Focalistic. I feel like I'm representing South Africa. You know, it feels like, yo, hey, kasi you so that's why we go so hard, you know. So I also feel like everyone must come.
That mindset is, sure, big balls. Big balls. That mindset, dog, and just that type of thinking, was it something that are these conversations you've had with Davido and also Davido, rather? And are these some of the things you've noticed and learned from him with your time that you spent?
Yeah, I think it's more even unspoken. You know, you can see. So I'll tell you a crazy thing. We're shooting Champion Sound in the middle of London, right?
Yeah.
And Davido's breakfast was jollof. And
breakfast?
That's where breakfast. Like kifuru, and he had jollof. And he would see someone and jabula shule. I wanna Mohodu, Papa. I wanna say, there's no one you can call and say you're gonna figure out Mohodu. It can take up to 3 working days. for mohodu.
They have to find a cow.
You know,
first.
so some things.
And not just any cow, one willing to die.
Otherwise, it's about I nothing na mohodu papa. Ontebele pila.
That's funny.
Ontebele pila. So yeah, most things you learn from just watching, you know, like.
Yeah.
I really want everyone to be able to travel the world. And I think traveling the world is one of the best educations anyone can get.
Yes, sir.
So imagine we work so hard on this traveling the world, we get to bigger stages, we make sure all the clothes get onto that level. Everything has span. Imagine as a nation, that's why I say like artists, comedians need diplomatic passports, you know, because we're representing the country. South Africa. Now they have Amapiano, they have DJ Maporisa, they have Scorpion Kings, they have Kabza, they have Kamompela,
Trevor Noah,
Vigro Deep, Tusombedu, Wanzara, Titi, Turmeric the Barbarian.
Which one is this one?
But yeah, we're nearly there, dog. I think everyone is doing a very wonderful job at doing it.
Yo, bro, just on the artist chat, right? And this is something hectic I want to ask you, bro. You know, I love the kind of camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Hey?
That's why you get to settlers, camaraderie.
Yeah, camaraderie. I love this camaraderie mindset that you got, né? But the one thing I want to ask you about, dog, is our artists, especially in the music game, dog. We always hear about guys being dribbled. Till this day, you hear stories about these big artists who they got dribbled by a record label. Mang didn't sign this, so they don't own their music. How have you avoided that, or have you been a victim of that? No, nothing. In the 18 area.
Just won't make noise about it.
And then lastly, on that question, how would you advise the Cheese Gang watching to avoid such things early on in their career? So let's start from the top.
Let's start from the top.
Yeah.
How have I avoided?
How did you get dribbled?
We cancel that one.
Oh, how did I get dribbled? Man, you know, sometimes it's you, man. Like, you know, if you don't understand the game, it has to make you pay school fees to understand.
But as a new artist, you don't understand the game. You just want to get
school fees, just make sure your school fees is the lowest to get it. It's just people always try to make this game seem like it's flowers and roses and the clouds. Oh, well, sure. Like, dog, if you're with the studio or a studio time, I have to.
You have
gain
more
something.
percentages in general.
Yeah, in general, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Just always make sure it's a one single deal, one project deal, so that you don't have to go and fight the person on social media or whatever, you know? Just be open about that, especially one single, one project, one music video, because people don't even speak about that part. Check about this music video, one kawata, no, maybe get about this, I get music video, guys. So
100, 200,
100,000, for example, maybe 100,000, ku feel 100,000, 100,000, you know, so you have to think like, oh no, demand no investor. So demand investor, let us conclude more. Then I don't have to fight you. But now, if I stay in your studio 6 months, I have to eat, I have to
live.
Drip. So that man will invest at the end of the day. You know? So always be careful of that. And question now, part 2, nailing.
So part 2 was like, so has this ever happened to you? And as an artist, how do you avoid it happening to you? Like,
to be quite honest,
you come in with these eyes thinking, it's all. If I just get a first hit, I'm gonna make millions. So how do you avoid that? How do you own yourself? Most artists don't own themselves in this game.
I don't remember. Do you own yourself?
Because obviously, too. I
don't know about to buy 5 more, so one of them maybe an owner.
Which one is this one?
Diamond earrings
President to some of the ministers. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which one is this one?
Joe. But I don't think mine was that bad, you know. Because I graduated, I had more time to figure out music.
Yeah.
So while I was in school, I remember my other friend Kevin. Big shout out to Kevin. Like the money.
Fuck,
You're shouting him out.
And also, why do all your niggas disappear, dog?
Yeah, mara.
But you fuck how fella ba disappear. Hola la ka ke ngwe jo.
Afghanistan.
I hope not.
Was Kevin Caucasian or black dude?
Sorry, black. Sorry, stories are Kevin. Kevin. Kevin Kinchaka, like wherever he is, you know, is like first time at heart. Man, last time came more highwaying. Like I kid you not. He said, "Drop me off here."
Where was he going?
And around the on a century.
What brig alwen wa hazard?
No sa driving, no driver sa sterla ko bo. Lena wa ito sa sterla ko tla luta story sa iyo. Kare eto beno ngora byangi. Beno ko obvious ko le ya tsama. Ne, right here. Atomo benga be. Right here. Hey, man. Ermo drop malare man. Y'all can leave. The man delete Twitter, delete Instagram. And then I saw his little brother. I'm like, dog, where's your brother? He's like, dog, he's at the homes, he's relaxing. Never saw him ever again, you know. But I think what happened with Kevin, music and like I think artists are like, we get in our brains, right? So like I can go so hard at something that I don't see that the passion is being lost around me. Don't you go through that? Like I don't see that you don't want to do this anymore. So I become a burden instead of the helper that I used to be at first when you had the same passion. So I think for him it was
like a change of
heart. Every day what a quarter, every day I don't want to do this anymore. But he didn't know how to tell me without Angu's spirit. So he wanted to just leave and disappear maybe into.
Questa told us a similar story about his dude that used to roll with. That one day he just literally said, "Is like I'm enough."
And music also, we also like music is not a fun sport, right? Because you must stay up, wake up for the interview, shoot the music video, go perform, smile every day.
Yes.
So it's not made for everyone, man. Easy.
Sometimes people get into it with the mentality of it's going to be like
right.
So what advice do you have for the cheese gang that's out there, dog? Because all these kids looking up to you, they're looking up to Robot, and they're like, I want to do this thing too. So how would you advise them early on to protect themselves, to protect their art, and to make sure they've got longevity in the game? Because some of the guys that have been dribbled in this game, they're no longer there, Joe, and it's sad.
Be Maradona.
Be Maradona.
Don't get kadala.
I know that. Don't get tackled. Be Maradona.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is like, if you don't do it when no one is watching, just leave it, man.
Hey, I'll press it party. Like Nanda,
You know, I remember
that's such a bar.
And Authentic. You remember the Authentic days?
Yeah, Authentic Sundays.
And, this was before. Like, I remember there was every time you go to Authentic Sunday, there's this guy that comes and will rap at Luchir rap. And I remember there was a friend of mine, Tabo, and he's like, this guy's gonna be a star one day. After we've seen you probably like the 4th time, there just Foca would like come and like rap. And you know, also for Authentic, so much stuff is happening that you're not focused on the stage if it's not someone you know.
Yeah.
So like you'd rap, and then after this, and he became a star. Then we're like, yo, amazing.
Dog, when did it click that you're a star? That you're like famous? Like when was the moment where
you're like,
the penny dropped?
Now I'm there.
I don't think it's clicked, if I'm being quite honest. I went yesterday. So yesterday we couldn't do 2 shows, right? And that's because when we got to the venue, they can't let you perform. These people, like there's like 4 bouncers on the same stage, and these people are like jumping over the bouncers. So a bouncer jump, and like it's like this venue I used to chill here, man. Like I used to go there with DJ Venom. Venom na rata strata.
Still.
So ketana mentality ola. Ketana mentality ola. Jogiskibele Mocheni. Big shout out to Mocheni. If you're from Pitori, make sure you check out Mocheni and Jaga. is another president. Oh, Pitori president. I'm sorry. So I'm with Muchin. We enter the venue.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a crowd, so you think the bouncers have it under control. My brother, I did 2 songs. I could not believe it. So for me, it's like, oh, so you guys see me like that? Like, yo,
Michael
okay.
Jackson.
So maybe I must, like, we're speaking about it, like, maybe, okay, Strata Nation address, 16 September is actually the wave that we have to start doing it on, you know, to, make sure that get capacity about because it's tough, man, to do a show. You know, like especially or Zame or Oira Soweto. So like people, I see about
Dog, they can't believe they're seeing you.
yeah, no, but I understand that, and I guess it's also because they've also seen like how you like Omoto. You know, and I've seen like a lot of like people like you become a big star, but people don't do that. But it's because for them it's like, you know, that's the energy I get from my fans.
That's the love. Also.
Yeah, that's the energy I get. It's like I'm trying to show you. You
Some of
acting
them
like
didn't
yeah, but
clean
not
their
in-
breath, you know.
Yeah,
Now that's
clean the.
Which one is this one? 2.
So, but star. Like,
Which one is this one?
Mama Shapaka Porstol.
Why did you video like
Ntonele that was crying, dog. There was a kid that was crying at your bars, dog. Allah, he couldn't believe he was seeing you.
He's got a tattoo of my face on his back.
Dog, what did that do? Like, what did that say to you when you saw that? A dude crying.
That should have said you gone now.
And he's got
I think for me, it's like,
got a
it's
tattoo.
never been about that. That's why I said, like, if you don't do it when no one is watching, like, just stop it. So I do it when no one is. For me, this is my natural thing. Like, I always tell people I don't have a plan B. Like, I need to, like, this is what I want to do my whole life. That's why I respect it like that and I love it. Like, this is not a fake thing I'm putting up. Like, I love this thing. If anyone will tell you, my friends, or where you going to find me, is studio. So those moments are still surreal. It's like, oh, you question, I'm like, and then you're looking at the tattoo, it's like, yo. So there's another tattoo artist just yesterday sent me this girl and her boyfriend, ne? Babetile.
both the, but
Same place.
Oh, yeah. Now that that idea is out there, the cheese couple, please get cheese and get popcorn.
I think the tattoo thing is just.
Ever got dampana, yo.
Now they're asking questions. Let's speak, Kiman. No,
No, the tattoo one is, I also have a tattoo story.
It's
you were
scary,
saying-
bro, because
Yes,
like
you
you're
said, why
committing
is
your
scary?
life. Like,
Yeah.
'cause,
Different
like,
time.
yeah, you're committing your life to a human being, you know. At the end of the day, I'm still a human being. And that's why the music is that shocking. The shock value comes from everything I'm saying is shocking you because Kemoto. That's why you relate, right? So you're getting a tattoo of a human being. And I have my own flaws, you know. As much as we don't like advertising them, it's not like, but I do have them. So when I go back, when I sleep, I also pray for like wisdom. To like not make those same mistakes, especially for people who have those tattoos and people who really believe, you know, because you realize there's just much more at stake. But at the end of the day, but
that tattoo is a lifetime commitment, and you just said now there's no plan B. This is what you want to do for
no,
the rest of your
100%. I
life.
think for me, it's like even with Babestar, so that's his name. Big shout out to Babestar. Like I took him in, you know. He's my G. Like you'll see me at shows with him as well. You know, just so he understands that this brand is a human being. As much as you connected with it like that, like you put a tattoo on it. And actually, you know, I mess with you as well. So whatever you're trying to do, I'm here to support as well.
Speaking of supporting also, you've put so much support behind MJ, Chico, Bobby Cooper with the league.
Yeah.
And I remember having a conversation with you on the Paper music video.
Yeah.
And like you were speaking about how you're always willing to help people, but it's when you have the capacity to that you will. So how did that all come about?
Pitori Super League, Joe. It's been my dream, you know. We stayed in Atlanta for 2 months and I think in LA for like 4 months. And I would like look at social media pages and I'm like, there's no unity in Pitori. For me, it felt like that's crazy because I grew up Mononaldi gang on Twar.
Yeah.
Like, for example, did you know Waiti Pinela Kurubele? Waiti?
Iwapelo.
Kurubele. Kurubele. Ah, come on. When I'm on
Kurubele.
Which one is this one?
Kurubele.
But anyway, my point is that
Kurubele.
Kirubetsele kurubele.
Yes. Kurubetsile man.
Kurubele man.
I gotta know it. Like,
are we just say Rurubele?
Man, no man.
No,
I
it's in
know the
Asazi
song. I know the
Korobela.
song.
Aye, batla lo botsa the comments and get she and then it's
yeah, no, okay, so tell us what you say.
and then again, like that song was also a group from Pretoria. They were called the Attridgeville Happy Boys. But obviously, only beyond it, let's start again. So for me, Pitori has always been about that. Like, only squad. After Vesela Revetilenia Pitori, after Majav, what happens? Only the man can buy for it to buy a can't and it's bad. But it's always been about unity. So my aim was like, when I land, I want to put everyone in my studio and everyone has to make music with everyone. And I didn't know it would end up being like Pitori Super League. And like, when you look at our music videos, they all link, you know, from Sjepa, Tabela Happen, Bobby Cooper's Varebiki, Chigo's Pele Pele, all our videos link. And, you know, it's just been an amazing journey to be able to do that, you know. MJ Lena, he's in all the songs. You know, MJ's super talented. Big shout out to MJ. So it's like,
is hard.
yeah, the catalog is crazy. So it's like, you know, we've managed to show people what unity can do, you know, and obviously the slogan is simple: collaboration over competition.
Bari collaboration over competition. That's why we collaborated le 2050 event suppliers, because babatla go bona gore re dula ha monate ha re dutse le batho ba important. This was the president tsa strata 2050 event suppliers batla go dulisa ha monate.
And speaking of that, competition is not what you see if you're looking at people through the eye of hate. Yeah, beyond the eye, we do not hate, but we love you. That is
Which one is this one?
Back to you, Mpopops.
All right, in the studio, Riduzile Foka, Mamela,
Welele.
16th of September. You're talking about the Super League, dog. Like, you're talking about all the people that have come together to make this Pitori Super League. Huetsalang ka di 16th of September.
Choyoba movie. Chomar before fitla da Kenya go balela ka di sponsor tsa ka. Ke itse gore lo betha Nike. Tila Adidas marka choko le bile tafola a kitse why? Cause le bontshe
Arbor.
Beyond the eye, everything is
tsedite exclusive.
Ke tse
it's an
fitse.
ape.
Adidas.
Dina level underwater so.
Yeah, drip.
Oh, the drip.
Drip. Yeah, drip.
It's giving,
And it's got 30 on it.
it's giving
your
HGH
age?
3000s.
What's the significance of the
Bafana ba
30?
Nike la tella.
It's the
Yeah.
HGH
Where the
3000s.
cleaner pool?
Blue 52 ones.
Bafana ba Nike la tella.
After Moses walked on the water, he put it
Oh, but if it's the under the sea.
Which one is this one?
I will meet you at the river. I will meet you at the river. Zoktolu drown emanzini. Stand us up.
O kgona ho swim man.
Yeah, zanga kazama.
Which one is this one?
I'd say he's at that age.
So Dubai, Washington.
Jet ski. Azanga kazama ntejo.
On top.
That's so honest. Azanka Kaizab. No, those are proper dog. What's the 34? Is the significance on the 30?
Yeah, 30 years of pacing. I get you. I get it. Yeah, but get Adidas and they can no push a way to get the money. Come over with Nike, Mara. Take a hike.
Okay. Which one is this one? But shout out. They dope.
Okay,
They dope.
they dope.
That's what we appreciate on the show.
We appreciate.
But yeah,
Adidas
Adidas
we
is...
always correct.
Aye, la zama.
Nali distract.
Okare hawe afunyana mara.
Mana.
Boy, 16 September, ito watata.
Dog, or 16 September is a movie. Like,
Yeah, it's actually one of those things we were speaking about, just being able to give back, with the show that people have, supported the catalog this far. So I want them to be able to see it in real time.
And experience it
on stage,
live.
experience it for real. I think this is one of the craziest stages I've been on myself, having been performed around the world. The stage we're building, the way we,
where are you building the stage?
Botanical Gardens, Harampa Pitori.
Yeah.
It's going to be a crazy one. So just that whole performance, 2 hours of me on stage, But before that, we're having a Pitori fun day. I want to make sure it's one of those things to remember. If you remember, Pitori, Pitori show. So it's that vibe. I want everyone family, pull up, relax, watch. Like the people that are coming are, they're headliners themselves, at the show. So the lineup is dropping soon. I don't want to really, mess up the surprise. But at the end of the day, I think the main thing is the show. Being able to present the catalog, and I think that's a very important thing. But while supporting the 19 to be Sentini, Kesta, all the way to now Kikeleza, but it's like. They need to understand what I was presenting, and that's going to be that on stage. That journey is going to be crazy. For me, I'm already getting goosebumps just speaking about it.
Me too.
Dog, I can already see it because, yes, you're putting it as it's 2 hours of you. But I can already see it without you telling us who's on. I can see you performing a certain song and having a certain person or group or type of dance or like some sort of nostalgic moment that brings us back to that moment. So yes, it's you, but there's so many switch-ups in that 2 hours.
100%. And I think that's for me, that's what was missing, That's why I stopped even the traveling to say, let me come back home because I want to do this for, for my people. I want something that is tangible for a kid who's in Harangua in high school. You must say, you know what? Diman, Otla from Sonastratas,
And he did something.
Yeah, and he did something for us, and it was for Gary.
Do you think it's important as artists to stay true to home? Because some artists become international like you are right now, and then they sort of, it's not that they forget about home, they focus more on, let me do those bookings because they pay more, they pay in dollars, they pay in pounds, they pay in euros. And then sometimes there's a disconnect. Do you feel like it's important to always come back home and give back and perform?
Yeah, it's important, man, because you can't run this race alone. Like, Naju, there's going to be a time where obviously people don't want to imagine it, but I'm no longer here, But I want people to always remember what I did.
I agree. The time is not gonna be here.
It's gonna be like
It's just
it's gonna be so sad. The box is turkey mutwewa.
after TSF VIP.
After TSA hologram.
Tupac.
Until that huira la. Lila.
If I drive go after TSA, hey, Kobo approach.
Oh man.
But it's so interesting how holistic you think about everything. Like it's not
The
even
industry,
just,
the game, the art.
Yeah. If you listen carefully, you can feel how complete the thought process is.
Yeah. Dog, whenever you speak, there's no, sorry to cut you, there's no me. Whenever you speak, it's always us, the industry, the game,
the culture, the South Africa.
Thank you.
That's why he's the president, guys.
Exactly. Come on.
No, basically that's what I'm saying. But it's inspiring to hear like young leaders. Actually, I hate saying the word young leaders because it makes me feel old. But
it's an date.
Young leaders. It's inspiring to hear young leaders talk about things like that because a lot of like people, they push you towards being selfish.
Yeah.
And then and then they judge you for being selfish.
Yeah.
So it's so weird. It's not weird, but it's so wholesome to hear somebody talk about the holistic picture. Because when you create art, if you don't think about where you come from and where you're trying to go, what you're gonna create will not take you there at all.
100%.
I know. -1. Cam guy.
I will feel.
-1. Dog, so 16 September, Botanical Gardens, Pretoria is going down. Where can people get their tickets for that?
Web tickets or Amara Pick and Pay on Twitter.
Yeah.
Amara Pick and Pay, there's web ticket stalls in there. Make sure you get your tickets. I promise you, whether Omozulu, Tswana or Omo vendor.
And I heard you say family, so the whole family can come.
Yeah, for real. Yo, I told my mom like she should cancel out that whole day. So you can get to meet my mom. I hope she sees this and she knows that I use it as a ticket for people to buy tickets. Can get to use meet my mom. Maybe she might share some wisdom. Who knows? But I'm gonna be there the whole day as well. I just want people to understand what it really is about. As much as we've done, and we're still gonna do like all this crazy international stuff. At the end of the day, we're family. When you come from one country, we're family and we're helping each other grow. And for me, it feels like this is that moment, helping the game grow in that, showing people that, okay, once you have the catalog, or even if you don't, man, just give people a show of their lives, man. And that's what we've been doing, Buga, everywhere else, but let's center it and make sure this is a timeline. I want that thing to be like, I want a Pinela location. Even that thing, 2023, so the 16th of September, go Botanical Garden, right, swalla that day. Let me put this out, right, swalla country. Actually.
The president has spoken. Mamela kutlilo bua ka gore whether o le Venda o Motswana o le Pedi or o le Zulu. Gona le Zulu le leng le batlang go gonka face to face, toe to toe. Fengu. Ka di 28th of October.
Yes.
Red Bull Sound Clash.
Yes.
So Red Bull Sound Clash is a battle. It's a battle between you and Sjava.
Yeah.
If you was Sjava, would you be worried?
If I was Java, I would pull out.
How many children does Java have?
How many
children does Java have?
7 or 9. Nasari pull out eo. Nari go competition. Which is a competition.
I make a room of advice.
Plus two.
So, dog, Sound Clash is happening 28 September. We're out at Sunbed. Ne? We're out at Sunbed. So, for those of you who don't know, Cheese Gang, Sound Clash is like, it's a battle between two artists. They got 7 rounds to show each other off. In your professional opinion, I know you also can't give too much away.
Yeah.
Like
NDA.
What have you got up your sleeve?
Look, if I was Java, I would pull out, not like the one Titi sing. And the reason I'd pull out is because the kids are coming for him.
Yeah.
So it's a battle between Mahrodman, Nana, Dawelo performance, Pussy Chemis, Opela Pina, Pussy Chemis.
Titi Opela Pina.
I don't have the right shoes.
You don't need shoes.
You need Java's shoes to see. Oh. Yeah, you don't.
Spanda. So the kids are coming, man. I think for me, but for real, everything aside, like it's a competition for real. Like battling against Java for me is huge, man. I've always respected him, man.
Yeah.
Doing my first album last year, Ghetto Gospel, like I never told this story, but I called him like maybe 2 hours before.
Crazy.
And he pulled out. I was submitting my album. I'm like, hey, man, I've got these 2 songs that I want you to finish. And in my head, he wasn't coming that day. I'm like, easy. So I went to party with... Same day, like 2 hours later. I went to party with Venom. Immediately, I said, okay, he's serious,
No ways, bro.
Yeah, big love, much respect to Shava, but Team Blue, we have to crush you. Team Red, Red Bull Sound Clash, Joe. It's gimulela botlhoko mara gore man lela gale.
Setso mo filela.
Nah, no, like gimulela botlhoko. Ungiretse favor.
And now you're gonna beat him in the battle.
No Lomtrapa.
Yeah, Mara.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Captain of the red team.
Red team, Mariang. So Red Bull Sound Clash. It's gonna be a movie. Sunbed. There's no Red Bull without Team Red. So yeah. Jomariki mutala potloku serious. Joe, I apologize before.
In advance.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry to the Zulu Nation. I'm so sorry, Nkabis.
Apologize
I'm coming to Kwai after. I hope there's no Nkabis for me. I'm coming to Kwai on the 29th of October.
Yeah,
we're making
28th October. No, we're not going to do that.
My date is 29th.
Yeah.
29th, I'm coming to apologize. Ngizohlawula.
Apologize kaZulu in advance.
Ababukeli lapha ekhaya. Nginetshela ukuthi mina as i-president yalese emgwaqweni. Ngithanda
This is better Zulu than a lot of people. Shout out.
Oh, ngithanda ukuxolisa for into ngizozenza inkabi yenu uSjavaI. Mara wazi ukuthi ePitori sisamkhiphele something nyana like lapha eSunnyside mara asamfuna lapha ePitori siyamcancela mara siya apologize and then siyaza lapha my ningasiphathele ama Ingizdubulo.
Isdubulo.
Ningasiphathele dayidenge.
Isibhamu.
Yeah, sibhamu man. Ningasiphathele ibhamu lapho. Siza lapho sifuna imhodu ne-half scope. Sorry in advance. Noma nize Sunbed. Niyazi ukuthi induku inme.
That is a clean message.
Oh man, cheese boys.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Me?
Yeah.
Dog, but you said I come from settlers.
Akiri told us about the fight in the beginning. When the taxis pulled up.
The 15 quantums.
No, but that one was, he had other people. I mean, one where it's instigated.
Fengu.
Yeah.
Bro, gananegele nchaka fengu. Me, best you. Come at all, straight. Kadala, I get soft.
You believed him. You were there.
Jomarikile galo, grade 3.
Yo. Why are you fighting in grade 3, Foka? Other people are
Bibo.
If I tell
Tutse packet leaflet mo beke.
with no straw. What happened?
In grade 3? No, man, this girl was in grade 7. So she was in...
I Foka Linyora. No, Jola in grade 7, you go grade 3.
Oh, man.
Which one is this one?
I got right.
Guys, let him finish the story.
Let him finish the story.
Okay.
No, man, she was in grade 7 and her boyfriend was in grade 6 or 5 or something like that. So, digante, naga Valentine, nega morata, kasi the age
limitation.
You don't know those things. So I got her flowers and whatever.
Little teddy bear.
Love candy.
Love candy.
So now this guy got break him on a second break. Obviously, first break he gave for the love candy too. Got break him on a demon on later. We need to talk. I get along a little to it means we're gonna fight. How I
That's the Zulu version of wanna talk.
I go to the corner. I'm trying to speak to this guy.
But how's a grade 6 hitting a grade 3?
That's what I'm saying. You know,
I'm not insecure.
No, but what happened is now the whole squad. I got a ball. Squad this is at least here and see jigala demand. Demand. Hey, abamatata. Marju. Anyway, the little data. Everyone grows up like that. Check your life. Demand accept a little like can hope a moment.
Hare. For Kobila Fantabi sing love candy.
For sure, let her hope. Marneking what to be like, my sister helped me. Like I wrote a nice letter. You know when you put the rose sellotape.
Did the letter have time, mood, place?
Hey, Pops, that was
my generation.
Yeah.
Why were you guys doing that?
That's how we wrote love letters.
Mandela.
Yeah, during apartheid.
Time, mood, place.
T-Dogs.
Yeah.
Zubi.
Yeah.
Gadal, okay. No, but guys, all the old people, Ghosty. Ghost lady. Did Mnaga not write time?
No, you didn't watch the episode. Umnaga uvuge sega engaged lo. Mnaga didn't propose to Ghost lady. Uvuge sega shadi.
Zulus
No,
are
the
Zulus
time
are
was
fast.
important for you guys.
Yeah, because we had to write time, mood.
Yeah.
What's that for?
It was like context of the love letter. Where what's happening while I write this love letter. So I'm writing it at this time. I'm writing place in my bedroom, mood, feeling excited.
But you guys were not cool then. That's
But
so
we
boring.
were. Because you know what we do with that love letter? You'd burn the edges, kamechis.
Yeah.
Make it seem like it was old, rub it in sand, and then you'd spray your perfume, not perfume, like Nanik Spanisa ego. Before it was called X.
Brute.
Yeah, ego.
Which one is this one?
So I'd spray ego on the letter so that Hawi Bula, it smells like me.
So Famayana love letting Kankar brute. Yeah,
Which
mask.
one is this one?
Come away, wasted.
Next day.
It was romantic.
No, I think our time was the more creative time. You know what people used to do with love letters? I don't know if you've seen that. They like put put it in a rooibos thing so that it comes out brown.
You guys are burning the thing. We're just decorating.
It looked like an old scroll.
I'm just thinking kifisa pampiri kamara mkuku kwa ene batlo. Na batlo na mfano wa tsuba. I can have letter.
No wonder your era had a lot of house paintings.
Which one is this one?
Came from a place of love.
So the house burnings came from a place of love.
That's where the term friendly fire comes from.
Which one is this one? What did Georgia?
All the fans of Arsenal.
Yo. Nah, man, Foka, dog. Yo, dog, we could sit and talk to you the whole day and night, bro. You know, our thing on this show is we motivate and we laugh as well. So to the cheese gang out there that are watching, bro, like there's people who are in the beginning of their careers, in the middle of their careers, some are about to pop. Others are at the height of their careers, but they still look up to you, you know? Like someone like me, Groot man, but I look up to you. I've been a fan of yours from day one. From day one. You know what I mean? So what advice do you have for people out there, bro, who find themselves in this space and they don't know how to push forward, how to navigate forward, how to set new goals from this for themselves, how to break in? What advice do you have for the cheese gang out there that's hustling and pushing like you and pursuing their dreams?
To be quite honest, the most important advice is keep the passion alive. Fight everything that kills your passion.
Yeah.
From the passion is where all the admin comes, where all the bookings come. Everything that actually, helps elevate your career is the passion. Those crazy ideas. The 16th of September, Strata Nation address, that comes from a passion place. I never thought I would be this close to it and I'd be looking at the tickets and like, oh, these people are actually supporting me, So all my decisions come from the passion, I never let that kid die down. Pitori Maradona, President Strata, Kemfana, Pilapil, Kemfanola Salengamohari, never let the passion die down and always know passion directs where you get paid. So keep the passion alive. That's the most important rule because you can have a team, but if you don't have the passion, you're not going to do half the things they want you to do. Because DLP is a pro.
Yep.
So the passion always keeps it alive. Keep the passion alive. Keep working. Keep that kid with those dreams alive. And just like another addition, I'm a huge fan of you guys. You guys keep this consistent. From the first episode, I remember when you showed me was Zenzu. Like to where it is now for me, I'm super proud. Like these things also keep my passion alive because it's like I can't let you guys down. You guys are also going hard and I appreciate that. So I also have to keep going hard. Also, the community you have around you is very important. Like keep artists around you or people that you aspire to be like, people that you feel like, why demand to offer? Keep that person around you because he's going to keep you motivated, So stay motivated, keep the passion alive. Everybody makes mistakes, man. But as long as the passion is there, you'll always come back 10 times harder.
Focalistic. Foka, dog. Fana, unja ulinyora. One thing that you said in Tlatiteng and Chapilin Kamokhar is that when you pray, you ask God for wisdom. And I think it's evident that your prayers are being answered. You're a young dude in the game, but you've got wisdom like a groot man of the game. It's in your moves. It's in the things that you do. It's in the way that you approach your career. Fana, you're a superstar.
Thank you.
You're a superstar, and like I said, dog, we might be boys, but we're constantly in awe of your success and the things that you're doing. Keep going, dog. Don't change nothing. And for me, most importantly, thank you for staying authentically true to yourself, even before it was popular. Thank you for saying, I'm going to stick to this. A lot of times, young people follow the wave or the culture. You know, when back in the day, you're like, this is me, this is who I'm going to be. And as a result, you bet on yourself and look where you are today, dog. Like, I know you keep your head to the ground and you keep working, but as someone from the outside looking in, Fana, you've done exceptionally amazing for your strata, for Pitori, for your hood,
brand,
but for South Africa, dog. You represent the country so well. So whenever we see you out there performing, it's a sense of pride that we have. So keep going, Dwana, Unjaya game. And we want to say to you, those people back in the day might have been sleeping on you. But yeah, robot.
We don't sleep on any of the guests that we have.
But
You understand? So because we are both South boys, people from the South,
Yeah,
we've got a pillow here.
a token of appreciation.
This
They
is
might have
for
been, yeah.
Everybody that's been sleeping on you.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, must tell them that Popcorn and Cheese and the Cheese Gang does not sleep on you. Yes, it's for you.
Plus for when I get continental.
We sent yo. Hey, I got for real.
Yeah, man. So that's,
Yeah.
That's
for
from
you.
us.
Hey, thank you so much. Later, if I'm feeling like, this gotta be real. For real.
We're real here, bro.
Yeah, man. That's
Aye,
for you
shout
to
out,
keep.
man.
Bukai Kenya go, Mbeto,
So other people give you their flowers when here we get pillows and popcorn.
Because we're not sleeping on you.
Wandala,
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Ladies
I never saw this part of the episodes.
That means you didn't finish any.
Which one is this? That's the truth. Boom. Boom. No, but actually, the first
You guys
episodes-
do this?
Yeah, the first episodes, we used to give them off camera, but now we do it live.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been watching the last 5, then Titi's right.
Even last 10. We people from the Mamel. What is
And then
that?
guess what? You can't
And then guess
terminate
what?
classes.
How did that feel, having Dr. Maliga here? That was crazy.
Dog, we laughed.
Crazy.
We laughed for 3 hours. We
That's
laughed when he
dope,
got here. We
That's
laughed when he recorded. We laughed when he left. Because Malinga ujwalo, Joe.
Yeah, right.
Ujwalo. And guess what?
And guess what?
And we did it twice.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about that in the review ep.
Yes.
We shot it twice. The first ep we shot with Malinga. The crew that was shooting it, they lost the footage.
You guys still go through that as well.
Dog.
Let me tell you a crazy story. So I did like a crazy interview with, rest in peace, Ricky Rick. And that's what happened. Like that was so painful. Dog. Like, you know that thing, yeah, pain. Like I get to explain that. I'm like, you. I can't go low bed. Like, I'm going to rappel. Like,
Damn, bro.
Dog, that's what happened to us. I was, for that week after we lost that thing.
You were down.
I was down. I was,
it keeps hitting you. Like, intimate that thing.
because you can't recreate that moment again.
Nothing.
Yeah, they're on yo.
So I hope.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Yeah.
You see all the cameras here. Are you pointing at the camera? Yeah, no. No, these guys will do better at the right party.
I hope.
See what you did there. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, Rusiliana, Presidente Yasitrata. Thank you for watching yet another episode of Popcorn and Cheese. Kari 16, it's a September. Huiralang, Huetsaran, hey! Setswana. Huiralang, Huetsalang. Rakopana kaofela ko.
Strata Nation address, papa.
Yes, Kari 16th of September, go Botanical Gardens ya Pitori. Tickets available at web tickets. And then House ko Pitori, Ule kwa ko Polokwane. Kari 15 and 16 September, we are out at Merupa Casino for pop-ups and friends. That means I'm not going to be at the show.
And guess what?
And guess what?
That's what he was waiting for.
I also want to go to that show, but hey.
Hey. Oh, I can't say.
Mara re tshwere ngapha na ngapha e monate.
Yeah, ngapha ngana.
Ngapha na ngapha. What to do
Wait,
ngapha?
15 and 16.
15 and 16.
Yeah, so then 15 and then 16. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm good.
And then 17.
I don't calculate that.
Yeah, I calculate.
And then round my mic.
Mar, I guess it's during the day.
My mic is October after Bethamazulu.
Oh yeah, then round my mic. I'm there for
Show
my
your house
mic.
during the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, Antona, sishama pass, siyagu Strata Nation, siyabu.
And guess what?
And
Hardcore will be working. So
so we hit both.
Polokwane,
Yeah.
guess what? That is 16 Padco.
We operate
Polokwane
both.
to
Yeah.
Botanical Gardens. Hey.
28th October, it's the Tswanas versus the Zulus. It's the Nkabi versus Mashonisa's right-hand man. It's the one and only President Strata versus Nkabi Nation's leader, the one and only Chavalava. So that is happening at Sunbet Arena, Red Bull Sound Clash. Yeah, man. Dog, it's been an honor and privilege hanging out with you.
Thank you so much.
That's it from us. Cheese boys, cheese girls, cheese gang. From me, the corn that pops.
And the cheese that's great. We are
RoboPops. And just like the tickets for Strata Nation,
We are out.
We sit with the forgotten rapper sidekick, Tao. Welcome, Tao.
Please call me Dolu.
My apologies. Welcome, Dolu. Tell us, where have you been all these years?
My life began very glamorous when I Sophia. I used to be a white towel, vanilla, ivory, if you may. 100% cotton, the finest Cambodian, handpicked by left-handed people. Smartata. Those are the days.
Give us the dirt. Where did it all go south?
Sophia, that's a great question. It started with one stain, like I said. Before that, I was untouchable. I mean, I used to go to stages across the country. He would never leave the room without me. He needed me. We were partners in crime. Then it happened. One fateful Monday. Sophia Mohudu Monday.
Can we clean that up now? It's Sophie.
We're being personal. Yeah, I get it. Mohudu Mondays, Anna Sophia. Yeah. One stain. And he tried everything. Bless his heart, he tried everything. He said hand wash, washing machine. He even tried bleach. It was too late.
What happened next?
Anna Sophia. I got demoted. I became a Vaslap.
Fasla.
Sophia.
If you don't mind me asking, for the face or the body?
The body, my sister.
No.
I was used to just dabbing off sweat on the forehead every now and then. Maybe the lips if I was eating. Now I'm going to places no cotton should ever go to. Kerbomukhaba, Lehafi, Potris. Have you ever watched the Potris before? Tata. No, I don't wish that upon my worst enemy.
I'm so sorry to hear that. What happened next?
I started getting harder and brittle. I went from being soft and delicate. Now when you'd use me, not somebody. Sometimes I made him bleed the one time I was wiping his hand. So due to those conditions, my cotton went from 1,000% to 75%, and then 50%. I'm assuming you know mathematics.
Yeah.
Then I was demoted to something I never thought I'd become. Get a scrap lap.
That's such a speed.
It was,
What happened next?
So first I was washing the basin and the bathtub. And then one day he just put me on the floor. He never picked me up. Scrap lap.
Scrap lap.
I didn't even deserve a hand. When I get up just barefoot, run me around anti-clockwise. That's what it does. But I was very, very vanilla in the beginning.
Yeah.
As my color went from brown to gray to whatever ambiguous I am right now with my mauve. I got demoted again.
Is this where you are now?
Yeah, no, I'm tire department. I'm going inside the crevices. I want to have an exhaust pipe. Yeah, what's about now? Yeah, no, but I will overcome. But I like it here. I'm happy.
Yes.
I want to have wheel caps. I'm there inside.
Yeah.
Because I'm hard. I can get to places I can't get to. But yeah, we shall overcome, sisters.
Yo. Thank you for your story. And we are so glad Hawalahla Tolu. This has been Where Are We Now? I'm Sophie Maluleka, your host. Until next time.
RoboPops. I'll be my cheese girl and my cheese boy there. We motivate, then we laugh as well. Stay on brand, never hard to sell. Got real chats, now my LOL. So we both got gang and we blessed as hell. Siyadlala story, petting on my guest, and I said moi. You want my bundles, not of joy. Said it's some pop pops and robot boys.
Popcorn and cheese.
Yeah?
Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Call the world like friends like these. Popcorn and cheese.